Welcome, scholars. In this lecture, we will learn about variables in research, one of the most important concepts in research methodology. In our previous lecture, we discussed research problems, research questions, and hypotheses. Today, we will understand the concept of variables and learn how they help researchers study relationships, test hypotheses, and draw scientific conclusions. Whenever researchers conduct a study, they are usually interested in understanding how one factor influences another. For example, a researcher may want to know whether study time affects academic performance, whether social media usage influences concentration, or whether exercise improves mental health. In each of these examples, certain factors are changing or varying. These changing factors are known as variables. In simple terms, a variable is any characteristic, condition, attribute, or factor that can take different values and can be measured, observed, or manipulated. The word variable itself comes from the idea of variation, meaning something that changes. For example, age is a variable because different people have different ages. Academic performance is a variable because students obtain different marks. Income, height, weight, intelligence, motivation, attendance, and social media usage are also variables because they can vary from one individual to another. Variables are the building blocks of research. Without variables, researchers cannot formulate hypotheses, collect meaningful data, or analyze relationships. Understanding variables helps researchers design effective studies and interpret findings accurately. One of the most important types of variables is the independent variable. The independent variable is the factor that influences, causes, or affects another variable. It is sometimes called the predictor variable because it is expected to produce changes in another factor. For example, suppose a researcher wants to study whether study hours affect examination scores. In this case, the number of study hours is the independent variable because it is expected to influence academic performance. Similarly, if a researcher investigates the effect of exercise on stress levels, exercise becomes the independent variable. Think of the independent variable as the cause that may produce an effect. The second important type is the dependent variable. The dependent variable is the outcome or result that researchers measure. It depends on changes in the independent variable. In other words, it is the variable that researchers are trying to explain or predict. Returning to our earlier example, if study hours are the independent variable, then examination scores are the dependent variable because the scores may change depending on how much students study. Likewise, in a study, examining exercise and stress level becomes the dependent variable because it is expected to be affected by exercise. A simple way to remember this concept is that the independent variable influences, while the dependent variable responds. Let us consider another example. Suppose a researcher wants to determine whether online learning improves academic achievement. Here, online learning serves as the independent variable, while academic achievement serves as the dependent variable. The researcher examines whether changes in the teaching method lead to changes in student performance. In many studies, however, the relationship between independent and dependent variables can be affected by other factors. These factors are known as extraneous variables. Extraneous variables are variables that are not the primary focus of the study but may influence the results if they are not properly controlled. For example, imagine a researcher studying the effect of a new teaching method on student achievement. Besides the teaching method, many other factors can influence academic performance, such as intelligence, family background, motivation, previous knowledge, attendance, and access to learning resources. These factors are extraneous variables because they may affect the outcome even though they are not the main variables under investigation. If extraneous variables are not managed carefully, they can create confusion and make it difficult to determine whether the independent variable is truly responsible for the observed results. Therefore, researchers try to identify and minimize their influence. One special type of extraneous variable is called a confounding variable. A confounding variable is an outside factor that is closely related to both the independent and dependent variables and can distort the results of the study. For example, suppose a researcher finds that students who use laptops perform better academically. At first glance, it may appear that laptop usage improves performance. However, family income may be the actual reason. Students from higher-income families may have better access to technology, educational resources, and private tutoring. In this case, family income becomes a confounding variable because it influences both laptop ownership and academic performance. To obtain accurate results, researchers must identify and control such factors whenever possible. This brings us to another important concept known as the control variable. A control variable is a factor that researchers intentionally keep constant so that its influence does not interfere with the study. For example, suppose a researcher wants to compare two teaching methods. To ensure fairness, the researcher may keep the classroom environment, teaching duration, syllabus, and examination pattern the same for all participants. These factors become control variables because they are held constant throughout the study. Control variables help researchers isolate the effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable. By reducing the influence of external factors, researchers can make stronger conclusions about cause and effect relationships. Let us understand these concepts through a practical example. Imagine a researcher investigating whether the use of educational videos improves student learning. In this study, the use of educational videos is the independent variable because it is the factor being introduced. Student test scores are the dependent variable because they represent the outcome being measured. Factors such as intelligence, study habits, and parental support may serve as extraneous variables because they can. Variables can also be classified in several other ways. One common classification includes quantitative variables and qualitative variables. Quantitative variables are expressed in numerical form, such as age, income, height, weight, and examination scores. These variables can be measured using numbers and analyzed statistically. In contrast, qualitative variables describe characteristics or categories rather than numerical quantities. Examples include gender, nationality, marital status, educational qualification, and occupation. These variables are usually expressed through labels or categories rather than numbers. Researchers also distinguish between continuous variables and discrete variables. Continuous variables can take any value within a certain range. Examples include height, weight, temperature, and time. A person's height may be 168.5 centimeters, 168.7 centimeters, or any value within a range. Discrete variables, on the other hand, take specific and separate values. Examples include the number of children in a family, the number of books in a library, or the number of students in a classroom. These values are counted rather than measured. Understanding variables is essential because almost every research study involves examining relationships among variables. Researchers formulate hypotheses based on variables, collect data about variables, analyze relationships between variables, and draw conclusions regarding their effects. Whenever you read a research article, try to identify the variables involved. Ask yourself, what factor is being manipulated or examined? What outcome is being measured? What external factors may influence the results? By answering these questions, you can better understand the logic behind the study. Conclude, variables are measurable characteristics or factors that change and can be studied scientifically. The independent variable influences another factor, while the dependent variable represents the outcome being measured. Extraneous variables are outside factors that may affect results, and control variables are factors kept constant to ensure fairness and accuracy. Understanding these variables is essential for designing valid research studies, testing hypotheses, and producing results. Thank you, scholars. In the next lecture, we will discuss sampling and population in research and learn how researchers select participants for a study using different sampling techniques such as probability sampling and non-probability sampling.